Just a few days we were talking about insane queue times for Battlegrounds for players with really high resonance. Well, today we have more stuff on this as we're here on Reddit, and I have an update on that information, which is extremely good to hear. You guys are definitely gonna want to know this great news coming from Blizzard. That's to come in a moment once we go looking at this, because I will hold on to this good news and praise Blizzard after we get through this right here. If you love Diablo Immortal or Diablo or action RPGs, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I actually just finished playing Diablo 4. The beta came out today or last night if you're watching this in the morning, and I just played for a little bit, but you know what, it got me back wanting to play more Diablo Immortal. That's, I guess, because that's where my time has been spent over the past, well, 2 years at this point if we're counting alphas and betas. So why are Battlegrounds separate blankets? What does this mean? Let's dive into this Reddit post and see what it's all about. I belong to the East Asian region, Japan server. There are currently 2 blankets in Battleground. The Japanese market is so small that there are only about 300 Battlegrounds players, but one is about 100 players who have been playing this game since the beginning. After that, the other players are divided into blankets of about 200 people. There are 3 players with 7,000 residents in the lower blanket, and 3 of them have become friends with each other and make arrangements not to play at the same time. And they are trampling other players. So essentially you have 3 7,000 resident players. It's actually surprising to me that there are so few players this person is talking about. And if they don't play at the same times, they'll match with lower level players and they will win like crazy. No player can match a player with Resident 7000. Their winning percentage is over 85%. This is an unlikely win rate for high ranking blankets. Terrifyingly, players who have just started this game are also put into the lower bracket and run over by players with 7,000 residents. I mean, I've been playing for a year, I'd be run over. I have like 1,400 residents. I'd be crushed. Why aren't those 3 resident 7,000 players in the top blanket? Or maybe create another lower blanket and move some newer or underperforming players. The number of players in the East Asian region, Japan, has plummeted since recent months. One of the reasons is probably because Battlegrounds is not interesting at all. Dear developers, I hope small regions aren't abandoned. Well, with that being said, I can assure you that no one has been abandoned. Now, let me show you guys really quickly what we've been talking about here. We were gonna go here and let's look at this. This is an example of the queue times that we have been seeing. We have our boiling egg. I still don't know what that means, but the Battleground queue time here is 51 minutes. This player, Aakay, who actually hit me up over on Discord, we were chatting a little bit yesterday, deals with Battleground times just like this. Now, for the news that I think is really good regarding all of this, without giving too many details, names, or anything like that, I put a video out with Nighttime, also known as Ben, just last week. We were talking about this Battleground queue, how long it takes, how bad it is, and how it really just kind of, it ruins the Battleground experience. Because, well, really, high resonance people and others cannot play. Blizzard watched that video. Blizzard reached out to me and asked me for some more details on this topic. They wanted to know what players were having this issue, what regions were having these issues, because they saw it as a problem. This is extremely good. This means a few things right here. First of all, it means that Blizzard, they watch the videos and they are hearing what I'm saying. And the cool thing about that is we often on this channel bring in the community and we speak as a community. So our community, our voices are being heard. When a problem is there, there's a very good chance Blizzard's going to see that. And if they feel it's something bad, like Battleground queue times of over an hour, well, that's something they're going to want to get fixed. So they are on the mission looking into it to try and figure out why this is happening and how they can adjust things so that Battlegrounds, really the only PvP game mode that has rankings and all that stuff inside of the game right now, is not just completely killed. Now, we've talked about it before. Battlegrounds is not my thing. I prefer the PvP in the Accursed Towers. I put a video out on that yesterday. I actually really enjoyed the Accursed Towers battle, PvP element to it. It only comes twice a week, which stinks. I wish it were more regular like a Battlegrounds game mode, but I really like the game mode. So I want to just for a second say thank you to Blizzard for listening to the community and hearing where the issues are, and not only hearing it, but inquiring for more information to potentially, or well, to definitely try to fix the problem and potentially be able to fix the problem so that players are able to enjoy the game the way that they want to. And when we were talking to Nighttime, one thing that he was saying was they just wanted to play the game, man. These 7,000 Resonance players, they were not trying to get a refund. They don't want their money back. All they want to do is play the game the way that they had intended to. But their resonance got so high that it wonked out something in the Battlegrounds atmosphere and messed it up. Now, it's worth noting, a lot of these players, they are on the Oceanic server. And that's interesting because on the Oceanic server, there's a lot less clans. There's a lot less people. And since people on those servers can't switch over to maybe a North American server where we have like 50 or 60 different servers, it's a bigger problem because there's less people. I believe on the, so if you look at it like this, you have massive server, massive server, massive server. For example, we'll just say that there's three. You have the Oceanic over here with 3 servers within it. You have the North America with 50 servers in it. And you have the South America, whatever, with another 50 in it. Us in North America, say, aren't running into this issue as often because there's so many more people queuing up for Battlegrounds because it's not individual server based, it's the big picture server based. The 50 servers inside of the master server, and that is not what it's called. I am not an IT tech guy, so I don't know what it's actually called, but all of those servers can play together. But when over on the Oceanic, these whales, there's not a lot of them. So matchmaking in Battlegrounds has proven to be very difficult, and these blankets that are being spoken of here are even becoming an issue in East Asia as well. And I would anticipate that this is because there are a lot less servers inside of that master server, which means a lot less players that play because there's just less people. Now, that doesn't even take into account people that may start playing the game and leave. But with that being said, for every person that plays and leaves, there's another person, if not more, that come and take their place. The player base of Diablo Immortal is growing every single day. Every single day in my comment section of my videos, I have someone that pops in and says, Echo, I'm here for the first time. I want to know how to do this inside of the game, which is why I'll sometimes bring out guides for new players because there are a lot of new players on a regular basis. So it's always worth noting that the game is not dead. Maybe we have some player fluctuation inside of there. I got tongue-tied for a second, but it's not at all dead. And to be honest with you, I've been getting a lot more and more excited to play. A lot of this is because of the accursed towers, both the PvE element and the PvP element. So again, I will ask that we please have that as a game mode that is going to be a queuable thing just like Battlegrounds, and maybe we can have more and more and more and really just make this an amazing experience. So that's where I'm at. We've learned a lot about these servers. And because you have the Oceanic over there and the North American, the South American servers, they really are their own little planets with a bunch of different countries inside of each of those planets. I think it's the best way of looking at it. And you can't combine the planets. That's going to affect you in multiple ways. So if you're brand new to the game and you haven't made an account yet, consider where you're making your account. Obviously, you want it to be on a server that's going to be close to you so you can have the best connection and ping. But you also don't know, I wouldn't want to go in an Oceanic server that only has 3 servers within it. Very limited player base. And that's going to be a problem in the long run if you decide that you want to be a PvP beast, because there's just not going to be enough people. And if you start spending and doing that resonance stuff, you're going to run into problems. So first of all, thank you Nighttime for coming on the video and sharing this problem so that Blizzard could hear it. Thank you all of the people that play with Nighttime and that know Nighttime, that have been sharing with him the issues and that shared your IDs so that I could share that with Blizzard. And really, most importantly, thank you, Blizzard, for addressing this issue. And I have my fingers crossed that we find what the issue actually is and that it can be fixed. So all these players, remember the whales, these big spenders, those are like Blizzard's favorite guys. Those are the ones that are paying Blizzard for the game. They're not making money off me spending $5 a month, or you spending nothing, or you spending $5 a month. The whales are where they make their big money, and those are the players that they really want to make happy. So I would anticipate that this gets fixed. And I thank everyone that I thanked already, and I thank you for watching until the end of the video. Make sure you subscribe, because you don't want to miss tomorrow's video.